Hello, thank you for joining us today to learn about federal relief funding known as ESSER III. Dr. Barnes and Dr. Rennie will be providing you with information that will help you better understand ESSER III and give us useful feedback about our upcoming plan and how you can participate in its development. Your involvement in this process is critical to our success. Thank you.
As we're planning our ESSER III expenditure plan, one of the requirements and organizational values that we consistently strive for in Pasadena Unified is to engage our stakeholders. That includes our parents, our labor partners, as well as our students. One of the reasons that it's important for us to do this is because while many of us on the instructional side are experts in teaching and learning, you as family members and as students actually know what your needs are best and the needs of your students. To that end, we're actually going to be using a survey to help us collect information, and we're going to be leaning on our school site administrative leadership teams to really help engage our families at all of our school sites to gain valuable information around what we as a district should be prioritizing to address upcoming needs that are not just in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the health requirements to keep our students safe, but also the strategic needs that we're looking at beyond just the current year and upcoming school year. Once we get all of this information, we'll be able to then take a look at all the different planning categories that are required in our expenditure plan and actually begin aligning the needs of both families, students, and teachers against the required elements in that expenditure plan. Once we've done that, we'll then be able to come back and say, not only have we addressed what we believe are the needs of our students, teachers, and families, but actually say that we have genuinely heard you, responded, and been able to integrate everyone's needs into our plan.
Hello, I'm Leslie Barnes, Chief Finance and Operations Officer for Pasadena Unified School District. I'm here today to talk to you about ESSER III funds. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Congress passed the American Rescue Plan, or ARP ACT, which was signed into law on March 11, 2021. The main source of funding for local education agencies such as Pasadena Unified in the ARP Act is the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund, known as ESSER III. Pasadena's allocation is $39.5 million. ESSER III requirements include that a minimum of 20%, or $7.9 million, be used for learning loss mitigation and the social emotional needs of students. The remaining $31.6 million is slated to be used for items in line with CDC guidance for the reopening and operations of school facilities to maintain the health and safety of students, educators, and staff. The district has received 2 prior ESSER allocations, which we spent in reaction to the immediate needs of transitioning to distance learning and then to the reopening of schools this past April in a hybrid format. Examples of these expenditures are technology needs such as laptops, hotspots, chargers, headphones, and cameras, online resources for staff and students, which included the ASU online curriculum and paper tutoring services for students, support for curbside meal service and computer repairs, and the help desk, professional grade air purifiers in classrooms, offices, and meeting spaces, upgraded air filters in HVAC units, comprehensive HVAC ventilation review and repairs, hand sanitizing stations in each classroom and throughout the schools, plexiglass barriers in offices and cafeterias, teacher workstations, and in the special ed classrooms, personal protective equipment such as masks, face guards, gowns, and gloves for students and staff, cleaning supplies for additional cleaning throughout the day, tents to provide outdoor learning spaces and/or meal service, expanded summer school offerings, credit recovery, and increased independent study programs. In the 21-22 school year, PUSD has been allocated several other funding sources to address student needs as they return to in-person learning. These include an increase in our concentration grant funding of $2.6 million, expanded learning opportunities grant known as ELO, which is $11.5 million, another expanded learning opportunities program known as ELOP for $3.6 million. Special ed has received $1.4 million in recovery supports, and there's an A through G completion improvement grant for $1.1 million. The largest funding source is ESSER III, of course. As we review the survey results, we will not only be using your responses to inform our ESSER III plan, but also how to serve the needs of our students through the use of these other funding sources as well. Please be forthcoming with your site administrator as to what you feel needs to be incorporated into the survey so that we can best serve your students. Thank you. I hope you found that information useful, and I look forward to hearing from you through the survey.